Hi everybody and welcome back. In this video we're going to talk about the principles of design. This week you've been reminded of the elements of design and learned how to apply them or given some examples of how to apply them to kitchen and bath design specifically. The principles of design are kind of like a guidebook of how to combine those elements of design into a whole. They're abstract concepts and kind of like the underlying theory that determines the success or failure of a design. The principles of design that we're going to talk about in this video are balance, rhythm, scale, proportion, emphasis, and harmony. Let's start with balance. Balance is about presenting a view or a vista to your viewer, and it offers different areas of equal interest to the eye. All right. And you can have a couple different kinds of balance. One is symmetrical balance, where the left side is equal to the right side. All right. Symmetrical balance will give stability to your design, and it's often associated with sophisticated, traditional, or formal rooms. An asymmetrical balance, where you've got one side balanced against another and they're not the same, is often more interesting, and it's associated with more casual or informal rooms. And we have an example of this here, a bathroom designed with asymmetrical balance. All right, these items have or sides have equal visual weights, but they are not identical. Finally, you can have radial balance, in which everything is arranged in a circular pattern. This is a little bit less frequently found in kitchen and bath design. Let's talk about rhythm next. Your textbook here has a very lyric description of rhythm. It says, rhythm is the glue that holds the dissimilar elements together, allowing the eye to move smoothly around the space. It's what helps to create the unified and total design. All right, I love that description. Couple different kinds of rhythm, and one is repetition of the same element. All right, and we have an example of that here on your screen, a bathroom with rhythm created by repetitious design. I think they're specifically talking about these lighting elements. Okay. You can have rhythm with alternation. Okay, and these can be as complicated as you like. Alternation will pull your design together by providing a next logical step, and it will draw your eye from one element to the next. Finally, another type of rhythm is a progressive rhythm, or a gradation rhythm, and that will have a series of intermediate steps that carry the eye from one end to the other, and it's usually from large to small, or from small to large, or from bright to dark. All right, so there's a series of intermediate steps. Next, I want to talk about scale and proportion together. These two principles of design are often confused, and so let's make sure that we know the difference. Scale deals with size relationships of your objects within a space. All right. And in our residential spaces especially, our human scale should be the guide for our design. So your goal is to have appropriately scaled items for each room and have them fit your users. Proportion, on the other hand, deals with space division and relationships within a specific object or an area, okay, such as a set of cabinets or such as a wall elevation. So with appliances and cabinetry in kitchen and bath design, considering the proportions for each elevation is very important. And you are wanting to give a sense of stability and a sense of belonging to each of your elevations. All right. So scale is between an individual object and the room or the space. Okay. And proportion is the size divisions within an individual object. So it's possible for an object to be scaled appropriately for a room, but within its own self have poor proportions. Okay. Likewise, any particular object can have good proportions within itself, but be out of scale for the particular room. So we have on the left-hand side an illustration of some appropriate scale for a kitchen. So let's take a look at that hood that is the major visual object in that kitchen. You can see that it's a large room, and that large hood is to appropriate scale for that room. On the right-hand side, we see a kitchen elevation specifically, and you can look at those cabinets within that elevation and see that they have good proportion. The next principle of design is emphasis. Use an exclamation point on this one. Emphasis. All right. Emphasis involves the center of interest or focus in the room. And using the principle of emphasis, the viewer's eye is drawn to a focal point. Now, there can be different levels of attention, a dominant level, subdominant, subordinate, etc. All right. And so here we have an example on the right-hand side of an area emphasis in a bathroom. We've got a shoe display that is very, very pink. All right. An area emphasis creates a center of interest and draws attention to one particular area. A theme emphasis, on the other hand, is more overall. It creates a cohesive environment and follows a particular style. Could be a historical style or a specific cultural style. Our last principle of design, and the one that ties everything together, is harmony. Harmony, or sometimes called unity, is the ultimate goal of your design. What you are aiming to do is create a cohesive space that functions well and is aesthetically pleasing. So by incorporating the elements of design and following the principles of design, you can achieve harmony in your kitchen or bath. You've probably been introduced to the elements and principles of design before in your interior design education, but this week I want you to take a careful look at how to apply these elements and principles of design to kitchen and bath. Thanks, everyone.